Hey there. So, Minecraft. Nah, I'm just messing with ya. I ain't gonna nostalgia bait. Minecraft, it's the stupid, funny little block game. The likelihood that you haven't played it is roughly equal to being vehicularly manslaughtered by the corpse of Pope Francis drag racing in the Pope Mobile. We all know the song and dance of Minecraft. Punch a tree, get stone, get iron, get diamonds, go to HE double hockey sticks, go to space, beat upon an innocent reptile until you win. And that's cool and all, but what if it took nearly infinitely longer, and the way to progress was far more arbitrary and random? Well, enter Divine Journey 2, a mod pack for Minecraft that has you progress all the way from Unga Bunga Hot Stuff Go Burr to the Industrial Revolutions and its consequences to, oh my god, what is even happening anymore? With all too many stages of progressions, you get the honor of joining me in wading through the unending purgatory. And hey, if by the end of the video you decide that my content isn't absolutely soul-wrenchingly unbearable, consider dropping a like and comment and subscribing. I would literally sell my soul for a quarter of a like, so engaging with the video would send me into a euphoria-induced seizure. And it only takes a second of your time, and it's free and stuff. Thanks a lot. So here we are. Behold the world of Thingaling. Yes, that is what I've called it. And it is in fact the greatest name that has ever been created in modern day literature. Anyways, you see that funky little yellow bag I'm holding? It contains the secrets of the universe. Or something. In reality, it's probably just full of Pepsi and milk. Pilk, if you will. The main goal of this mod pack is to open up this jaundice-ridden scrotum and observe the galactic Dr. Pepper hidden within. Unfortunately, that won't be for a very, very long time, so it's gonna be hidden away in some long-forgotten chest for a couple of years, probably. Anyways, we do the thing that every other Minecraft player has done since the beginning of existence, and punch a tree, taking out the pent-up aggression I haven't been able to release since CPS took my homemade beer delivery system from me. I spawned in the middle of some very flat plains, and next to quite possibly the ugliest desert I've ever had the displeasure of laying my eyes upon. However, conveniently as well, there's an empty home nearby which I've decided to use my constitutional rights and squat in the house, making it legally mine, forever. My newly acquired property comes with a brand new crafting table, which skips like 5 minutes of progression. Amazing. Refer earlier to when I spoke of arbitrary progression. Actually important, it comes with a bed, which is wonderful as sleeping isn't usually unlocked for a while, roughly about the same time that you start using ancient Aztecian rituals to grow crops and make the sun glow red for some reason. Here you'll witness the eternal torment I must suffer through the rest of eternity, aka the quest system. There's 30 chapters total and they progress as such. Early Mesopotamia river civilization, go find a job, get a job as a blue-collar factory worker, the Salem witch trials, space for some fucking reason, and last but not least, what the fuck is even happening anymore? I craft a wooden pickaxe by crafting the handle and the head separately. Frankly, there's no reason why this method would ever need to be added, since crafting tables are easier than your mother to obtain. On the same note, crafting table recipe was also changed, which I also don't understand, considering that you can obtain them in roughly the same amount of time that you'd normally get them in vanilla Minecraft. So there's no reason absolutely whatsoever that there should be any change. This vexes me greatly. Anyways, I abuse Veinmining to get quite a bit of stone, and use that stone to immediately upgrade to a stone pickaxe. With this brand new Stone Age technology, I collect a few of underground resources. A vast majority of these aren't going to be useful to me for quite a while, but might as well collect them. By using a stone hammer with the durability of smashing a small infant into a steel sheet, I turn 2 of my precious iron ore into 1 iron mesh, which is equal to 1 iron ingot. This is a great monetary loss, and I'm afraid I will never financially recover from this. I then proceed to collect yellow flowers I turn to yellow dye, which I then mix with coal, for a heinous concoction that I'm sure Walter White would be proud of me for. By throwing my iron mesh into the water with the Walter mixture, I get iron ingots. Hooray! Which I'll unfortunately immediately use to create a furnace later. I chopped down my house because it looked at me funny, and I also needed a skin for my chest. And while I have no home no more, I decided to move to an empty nearby field, which is where I have decided I will create my evil murder lair of pestilence and despair. Do take note that I won't actually build a house or any sort of fence or wall. This is mostly because I'm lazy and I don't feel like making one. I'll get around to it, eventually. Maybe. Probably? Yeah, probably. I finally do something useful. Craft a furnace, which is great, because I don't have to waste any more iron by turning 2 mesh into 1 ingot. Well, I say that, but I won't actually be using the furnace to smelt any ores, since creating a Tinker's Construct smeltery doubles whatever ore you put in. If you don't know what a Tinker's Construct smeltery is, you're either lying or under the age of 6, which means you probably shouldn't be here. Either way, I'll describe it when we actually get there. Now, my home's set up, or by home I mean a spot in the middle of the empty fields, I venture deep underground in search of iron, coal, copper, and aluminum. Copper won't be quite of use yet, mostly just useful for later tech stuff, but aluminum, on the other hand, is quite important, as together with iron and obsidian, I will be able to alloy it together into alumite in a smeltery. Again, I'll explain it more in depth when we actually get there. The problem with aluminum here is that the ore is white, which wouldn't be an issue in most caves, except for this marble cave. So all the walls and floors are white. So I hope you can see issues with looking for a white ore in a white cave. Though after mining for a while, I do find enough. For now, at least. Upon reaching topside and unloading all my junk into my chests, no, I will not be organizing these, I search for sand, gravel, and clay to craft into grout. No, grout is not some sort of disease that affected soldiers in the trenches of World War II, it's the bougie cousin of cement. And cooking up grout in a furnace nets you seared brick, which you use to create a very large smeltery, the Tinker's Construct smeltery. By making a sear drain, faucet, crucible, tank, and some other stuff, and throwing that all into an area and shaping it somewhat reminiscent of a bowl, it turns into a Tinker's Construct smeltery. Unfortunately, I didn't have any redstone for the heart of the smeltery, so I had to go back down to the mines. This is a reoccurring theme, as I often don't have enough of anything. Unfortunately, this is where I suffered the most severe blunder. I walked straight into lava. Well, I guess this is it, guys. The series is over. It was fun while it lasted. This is where I say farewell. Oh, wait, I'm not playing hardcore. Anyways, I respawn back home and run back to my death spot without any gear like a dumbass. Needless to say, I died again. But for the third run, I decided to activate my emergency second brain cell, and I brought a water bucket. No longer being inept, I returned to the surface, and I finally smashed together the smeltery. Behold, bathe in its earthy glory. Worship its ability to double your ore value and create alloys. Anyway, the thing eats lava for fuel, so I go get some off of the lava pool on the surface. And create a tank as well while I'm at it to transport lava to the smeltery easier. And, I have a small accident while trying to collect lava. Anyways, with that all finally done, I throw in some iron, aluminum, and obsidian into the smeltery, where all smelts into alumite, the prettiest metal that emboldens my fragile masculinity. Alumite is soundly stronger than diamonds, so my alumite tools will be my peak for now. I mix the alumite parts together with some obsidian ones for that sweet, sweet Durate modifier, because making more alumite to repair my tools would become a real pain in the ass pretty fast. I created a pickaxe and a mattock out of the aluminite and obsidian. A mattock is just a multi-tool that acts as a shovel and an axe and a hoe all in one. Convenient for saving hotbar space. Using my new tools, I vein mine a mining shaft all the way down to bedrock for strip mining mostly. And after completing the shaft, I realized something I should have thought about nearly 2 or 3 hours ago. I have no food source. I've eaten all the foods from the quest board, and vein mining burns through a ton of hunger. So now I have to quickly race to set up a renewable food source, which I do not have. Now, normally I'd never touch wheat in vanilla Minecraft, since potatoes and carrots are just easily better in every aspect. However, this is modded Minecraft, and by combining 2 pieces of wheat together in a crafting table, you get 2 doughs. By cooking a dough, you get 1 baguette. The baguette is exactly equal to 1 piece of bread. So this turns the usual 3 wheat for 1 bread into 1 wheat for 1 bread. Plus some smelting costs, but don't really care about that. Which makes wheat a better choice by a mile than all the other options I have available for me right now. With the new mining shaft and my even newer tools, I can vein mine lakes of obsidian for mass amounts of this stuff. With the surplus of the hard stuff, I can make armor. Now, you'd think that obsidian armor, stuff that would be clickbaited to hell back during 2016, would be better than diamond armor, right? Nope. Matter of fact, it's only slightly better than leather armor, by half an armor bar, as a matter of fact. Hell, even golden armor is better. The only bright side is that the durability, it's pretty damn high, so it won't be breaking soon. Not that it really matters, since I have so much obsidian I could easily mass produce it if I wanted to, but I don't really have many other options available to me, unfortunately. My small pond isn't producing anywhere enough wheat to feed me in my crippling addiction to vein miner, so I decide to use that forbidden second brain cell once more, and actually make a decent wheat farm that will feed me. Now, waiting for my farm to prevent my death, I decide to complete this chapter of the game. Even though I'm well aware that I don't have a home, a properly stable food source, and haven't even finished every single quest in the chapter. I promise I'll do those in the next episode. I just want to get the shiny trophy and take a peek into the next chapter of tribal rituals, which again I mentioned earlier, turning the sun red and growing your crops. Mostly just growing the crops, King, because I really need food. But this is where I'll leave off the video. I'm sure you've been able to tell, but this is a pretty new channel, obviously. Don't exactly know what I'm doing. Hell, I took a long time deciding, how to edit this video. I think it turned out pretty good, but, things may change, or how I format videos, because I'm still not sure how I want to do this whole thing, but eventually, I hope to get to a good enough point to be able to make content that I really like. But anyway, yeah, I'll end the video here. Hope you enjoyed it at least. And have a good day, I guess. See ya.